All right, so question 14. Peter designed the logo for a poster as shown. What was the total area of the shaded logo? That's what we see over here. Okay, so we have a couple of shapes over here. So one thing, if you see interestingly, is that this is the height of this square over here, right? And this is also the side. So this is a square essentially, right? So if I were to draw this is also 14 centimeter. So that means this is also 14 centimeters, right? In this case. So if this is 14 centimeters and this is 14 centimeters, okay. So if I were to draw let me draw like this. Okay, so this is 14 centimeters and this semicircle is also 14 centimeters as well. So does that mean that this semicircle is the same? So if I were to say, is this A semicircle the same as B semicircle? So what is the B semicircle? Not V, B. So this B semicircle that I highlighted in, I say black lah. So actually A semicircle and B semicircle is the same. So that means we don't need to calculate this A semicircle anymore. We just need to calculate this whole quadrant, right, or quarter circle in this one, right? This whole thing is already being calculated. That's what you see over here. But it's just we have additional of this little small semicircle. Okay, so from here we just need to have calculate 3 times the total area is equal to 3 times the quadrant, right, plus 3 times of the small semicircle in this case over here. Okay, so let's get the quadrant first. So for the quadrant, so area of quadrant, right, or quarter circle. Okay, I'll just put here quarter circle. I think makes more sense, right? So area of quarter circle is equal to 1/4 and then times, and then you have pi r square, right? So pi, I'm going to put pi times radius. So what's the radius of the quarter circle? Which is 14 centimeters. Okay, so in this case, we just put here as, since pi is 22 out of 7, 1/4 times 22 out of 7 times radius is 14, right? Times 14. Okay, let's use our calculator. So calculator 1 out of 4 times 22 out of 7 times 14, and this will give us 154 centimeter square, right? Woohoo. Okay, so now we know one area of the quarter circle. The next one is you want to get a semicircle. So area of small semicircle, which is equal to same thing, right? So in this case, 1/4 times, this is not 1/4 but it's half of pi times radius, and then we just put half times. Okay, so half times 22 out of 7. So the radius of this, okay, so if I were to add it, radius, small semicircle radius, okay, is 7 centimeters. So the radius, diameter is 7 centimeters. So that means small semicircle radius is equal to 7, right? And then we divide it by 2. This will give us 3.5 centimeters. That's what I see over here. So that means we need to multiply 3.5 times 3.5. Okay, so half times 22 out of 7 times 3.5 times 3.5. Okay, this will give us 19.25 centimeter square. Okay, so now we know that the total area is equal to this thing, 3/4 circle of this. So I'm just going to write it down, which is basically 3 times 154 plus 3 times 19.25. Okay, so let's put it down. 3 times 154 plus 3 times 19.25, okay, is equal to 519.75 centimeter square. There you go. So that's the answer. The total area is 519.75 centimeter square.